they're at it again. Where's the babies?
As it looks like you got the whole 3M arsenal out there trying to fix that hood.
Yes.
Wow, wheels, buffers, sanding.
Yes.
Looks good though, what you've done so far.
Thank you. Put your mask on.
I'm going to.
We'll go.
Raves.
Yes, here's our collection of 3Mness, as Pop said. For those of you who didn't see the video from yesterday, this is what I was working on. Trying to undo the carnage on this guy. Made pretty good. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this, but you can go look at that video if you want to. But it is what it is. How are you today?
This is it?
That's it.
Pathetic.
I can see if I have another one of these upstairs for you.
Okay. Appreciate it.
It's your mask, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but it shows I've been working.
I think
And
that's,
accuse me of not sanding.
I think that's inside out.
It's even worse.
I'm not sure which side is worse.
How about that side? I don't know, it's pretty filthy either way.
All right, I'll go see if I can get another mask.
I appreciate it. I'm hanging in there waiting to see the damage. It looks like you've done a heck of a job.
Thank you.
What you had there is the water drop, just like an indentation. Is that the same spot or a different spot?
That's the spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's what happens when you drop water into water-based paint.
Yeah. Is that from your sweat or what?
No, no, it came from the little air dryer that I had. I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
It's all in the video. If anybody wants to watch the video, I talked about it. This is the crater right here.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Trying to show the people in the. You're blocking the light, man. It's good. There you go. All right. There you go. Hopefully you can see that little spot. And it's darker than the stuff around it too, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, it's sanded out. A good portion of it doesn't look as bad as it did. It was way worse.
And I see some eggshell, which I didn't see in the picture.
Eggshell, is that a new term you created?
Yeah. What do you call it?
Chicken skin? Or are you talking about something else?
That's what I'm talking about, chicken skin.
That's so many different names. Orange peel, eggshell, chicken skin.
Gotta be versatile.
Yeah, there's only one spot of the thing that came out smooth right here. That's like glass. Well, even that's
and
not
then
glass.
there's a run in it.
There's no run in it.
Is that just light?
No, there's no runs. No runs nowhere in this thing. There's some scratches.
This is pretty smooth here.
Yeah, there's.
This surprises me. I thought this was like glass in 99% of places. I mean, I know you got all those convoluted surfaces, but
Negative.
damn.
Negative. So a lot of the texture that you see in this thing, as I was telling Pops, when I sprayed it, it's actually in the hood itself. Some of it is orange peel from spraying, but I could see even when I put the sealer on that it already had texture in it.
Right.
So we had done some pretty aggressive grinding on this thing to clean all the paint off, and it just left little divots and things all over the place that we thought we had sanded out with the 2K, but we didn't apparently. So some of this is that, some of this is paint. Like this, a lot of this stuff in here, that was in the, that's not from the clear coat or anything, because I saw that right away when I painted it. I'm like, oh crap, that didn't come out very good. So there's a mix, a little bit of both. Anyway, enough about this.
Here's what I was worried about right there. If you look at it from this side, I took the paper towel, I sanded it, I took the paper towel, but then when you wet sand it, it just stayed there. You can see it's still there.
Yep.
See? And it's still rough. You can't get out of it.
Well, a lot of this is debris from the.
Yeah, I understand. But
no,
when
it's
you paint,
rough.
it blows those
Yep.
little things out, ruins everything.
That's right.
But what really gets me is like you were just saying, this is really rough. Comparatively speaking to all the other stuff we did. You can see the sanding marks here from the 2K.
Yep. Well, we didn't do a good job on this one, that's for sure.
As well as the bottom.
Exactly. That's again, that's why I'm not too concerned about this. It's the underside of the hood, so we're not gonna.
Plus you're gonna have a cover.
We're gonna have a cover on it, yes. So
Maybe a special made cover that
yes,
wraps around.
but yeah, it goes all the way. I think the outside came out nice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you were saying I didn't do this at all. It looks good to me.
Well, that's because I did it.
Oh, you did it now. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
After you didn't get it, I came along and I got it.
Okay.
So, anyway,
Looks good. That's what counts.
it's not bad. I got a bunch of comments. I posted this video last night. I was surprised how many comments I got on it.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people said, but almost universally, everybody's like, that looks fantastic.
Compared to what it could have been, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, these things are just hard to spray. You know, exactly all the reasons that we just went over.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, this looks fantastic. Like, I'd be happy with that. So.
Well, I was going to go back just to make us feel better and show where we started with those paint peelings, techniques, and crap.
Oh,
Right? It
gosh,
looked
yeah.
like shit originally.
Yeah.
And
So.
show all the various stages until we got to this. Now, this is not bad. You've done a great job.
Thank you. And as somebody pointed out, I'm sorry, I forget who it was. I just breezed through these comments this morning. When it's on the car, of course, it's upside down too. So there's not that much light hitting this either,
Right.
right? This is like seriously worst case scenario right under the spotlight, right?
Right.
So flip it over and you're really not going to be able to see a lot of this stuff. And that's a good point I hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to keep working on this today. I'd like to start by getting a door on, if you're up for that.
Sure.
So that'll free up a stand, and then we can start working on one of the fenders.
Now, don't we have two sides we can paint before we hang on the doors? So you're going to do all of it on the
These are ready to go on the car.
both doors?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can paint it, but we're not going to.
Yeah, no, okay. I thought we had one side to paint and then
Nope.
hang it.
Nope. We're going to paint it on the car now. So,
Okay.
so the doors can go on. If I can get this finished up, then if we get the doors on, then we have to put the fenders on, then we can put this on.
Okay.
So I don't know if we'll get to that today,
All right.
because we have to sand the fenders first.
And what's the next step here? You're going to put another shellac on this guy or?
No.
No?
No, I'm just going to finish up what I'm doing here and call it a day.
Because I mean, you have various, like over where you're at, see, I dulled that portion?
Yeah, I'm not done over here. So
Huh?
I'm
Oh,
not
you're
done. No,
Okay.
I got about halfway through last night and I stopped because
Okay.
I was tired. It was like 9 o'clock.
Should have called in the midnight shift.
Huh?
Should have called in the midnight shift.
Yeah, you might need to. So this side basically is done up with the rubbing compound.
Uh-huh.
But if you look around, there's still some dull spots over there that I have to fix.
Yeah.
There's a few here and there.
Right.
And then this hasn't been done at all over here, which is why it's so dull.
Okay.
So this is 3000 grit right here. So anywhere it's shiny, I've hit it with the rubbing compound, but I may not be done. If it has to look good, basically,
Right.
before I move on to the polishing compound. So I've still got some more work to do here. So does that sound like a plan? Get the doors on,
Sounds good to me.
and hopefully we can get the fenders on. And if we can get the fenders on, we can get the hood on. But I'm not optimistic we'll get that far. But
So where are we at on the front? Don't we have a couple of things to paint on this stuff before you hang it up?
nope,
No?
it's ready to go.
We're going to do it on the car.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's get ready to put a door on. All right, I know there's no good place to film this, but we'll try this here. So we've got to get the door off the stand, onto the jack, and then feed it in this way. We've got the hinges open, so they're at about a 45 degree. Give it a try. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, bring it forward. Okay, now yours, you have to come out over there.
Out.
Yeah. Push the jack forward a little more. This thing been recording all this time? Yes, it has.
I think you're missing everything. Recording here.
I'm recording my butt.
There you go.
All right.
There's a wide angle for that.
Oh, brutal. Man, the humanity. Okay, I got one bolt in there. Another in the back here. Probably not. Okay, jack it up a smidge. A little more. It's going the wrong way here. Yeah, let it back down a little bit. What are you doing?
Fall off there.
Go ahead. Stop. Yeah, it's got a... I think we have to... Let me turn this off for a minute. All right, so we got some bolts in. We got one drill bit. That's the wrong size. It's too small, but it's in the hole, so at least it's approximately right. So we need to get the bottom somewhat lined up now. The door is hanging too low, so we know there's some more work we need to do here, but we had to close the door so you can get in here and see what we're doing. Okay, so kind of sort of got this in the right place here. That one might be a little off there. This one is in there, so I had to, I forget what size those are, but I had to go to a smaller one to get it lined up, because the big one, it has to be perfect in order to go in. Use this little screwdriver. So that guy's in the right spot. This is so what we got this one set up mostly correct. And then Pop's just basically jacked up the back of the door to where he thought it lined up, and the pin went right in, so that's good. So I'm gonna tighten all this down and hopefully the door's in the right place. All right, so you can see the door is a little bit high there, and I think that's correct because we don't have the glass in there. So the weight of the glass will hopefully bring it down to the right spot. If not, well, it is what it is. Yeah. So we did that before. We had them a little bit high when we did the final registration. So we did okay here. Chewed up paint a little bit in a couple of places, but mostly okay. Not too bad. So there we go. So the pins, they did work. You can see here where the paint didn't cover everywhere, but that's all right. And I got one little chip here somewhere. I don't know if I did that today or from before, but it's on the inside of the door there. I think it'll be okay. So, one door down. Good job, Spud.
That's a lot easier than I thought it would be with all the registration problems we had lining them up before 800 times.
Yep.
Went in there nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep.
All right. All right, so looking at these guys, I'm trying to find in the assembly manual which way they're supposed to go, and I can't find anything. It might be in the Fisher manual, but I don't have it printed out, and I don't really think it matters, so I'm just gonna stick it on this side instead of this side. Whatever.
Yeah,
Or,
hold that for you.
Rationale being you're trying to keep hot air from getting into the engine or passenger compartment, so it seems like you'd want it here. That's what we're gonna do. Yep. Now we didn't have enough of the factory screws for this. These are an M5 by 20 or whatever, M5 thread. So we put a couple of new screws down here in the bottom. I didn't like the way they stuck out at the back there, so hide them down there at the bottom, hopefully where you can't see them. All right, so those guys are on, so I'm going to attempt to mask this up Seedell style. See how it goes. All right, hopefully this works. I taped this to the inside of the door, and then I came along and rolled some tape on itself here to kind of stick it to the edge here, and just stick it over here. So the idea here is put the fender on. This will keep all the overspray from getting inside the jam there, and then once the car's painted, hopefully, we'll be able to pull this paper out from the inside. This paper is pretty strong, so hopefully it's not going to tear on us. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to find an old video where we went over all the shims and stuff, and we'll see if we can get the fender back on here. All right, well, we got that side of the car done. Skull. Mostly went back together okay. This fender is fighting us a little bit. I took all the shims out here. It called for 2 1/8-inch shims, but this was too far out. And now it's a little too far in, so I may have to put, I took them both out, so I may have to put a 16th shim or something. And this is not great right here. That gap opened up. Oops. There we go. But it's pretty good. And the body lines aren't perfectly lined up. They're pretty close. But here's our first look at the color scheme in here. And Pops and I are digging it.
Looking good.
Looking real good. Once we clean up those wires back there, looks real nice. For all you guys that were wondering what this is going to look like back here, you can see, you can really get a good look at that firewall there. That's why I spent so much time on it. Try and keep everything off that area right there, make it look nice and pristine. You can see the top of that fender has a lot of trash in it, so maybe you're gonna have to cut and buff that after all. I was hoping not to cut and buff the fenders, but it looks like we're gonna have to. You can see all the
Yes,
a little bit of trash.
in it.
It's not too bad. So Pop's sanding this guy down with 400 to get the overspray off of it. So that's what we're doing basically, is as we're putting it together, sanding anything that got overspray on it with 400. And then when all is said and done, we'll wet sand the whole car with 600 wet. So we're getting close. What do you think?
Yes. Look what he's doing to me.
I didn't
He's
do
beating
that.
me up.
Don't blame me for that.
Yeah.
You don't even know where those came from.
I don't.
Don't blame him on me.
Ask my wife if she knows anything.
Yep.
It looks good, kiddo.
So, thank you. The wheelhouses, so we were talking about that. So we bought new wheelhouses after we dry fit everything. So we never dry fit these wheelhouses. And for the most part, they actually went in perfectly. The only problem we had with them was these bolts back here. We had to really fight like a Dickens to get this one in. And that hole there is not even close. It's off by about a 3/8 of an inch from where it's supposed to be. So someday we might take the wheel out, drill a new hole for that one. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it. But all of the bolts around the fenders, everything went in fine. This may be an issue down here. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's going to be okay. Looks like all those holes are going to line up fine. Yeah, so that went on real nice. And we didn't really do any damage to anything, which is pretty nice. The only problem we found in this whole thing is there was one or two little chips along the inside of this door here that might need some attention, but basically we got everything through. And then the other problem we have is this hinge has always been really noisy. And we finally got it to the point after opening and closing it a bunch of times that it was quiet. Well, now that it's got paint on the hinges, well, that's the good one.
There you go.
Hey, that sounds like butt again. But the paper in here looks like that's going to be okay. So I think that all went fine. So we'll just continue to mask off stuff up here to make sure we don't get overspray all over our freshly painted dash and all that stuff. But yeah, it's good. I didn't finish this. There's still more work to do on here, but you can see it's almost done. Pretty close.
Cheat sheet.
Oh yeah.
Shim sheet.
I was right the first time.
Okay.
So it went back to video, what did we say, 195?
195, yeah.
195.
In there.
And we documented all the shims. So this is the driver's side. And these are the shims at the bottom, the shim against the A-pillar, whatever that is. The shim on the top and the shim here. So basically all of these various shims. So before we took the car apart, we went around and documented what all the shims were. And for the passenger side, this all worked out except that one. Like I said, I took these shims out. And I may have to put something back there, but all the rest of them are where they were when we took it apart. Chewed up the paint a little bit right here. But that's it. So we're pretty happy. It all came out nice. Not too many troubles. So hopefully the driver's side goes as well. And so next weekend we should be able to put all this back together, get the hood on the car. And then what? Then it's
But take 2 weeks off.
take 2 weeks off. Then it's prep for paint, right?
Yep.
I think we're ready at that point. It's got to wet sand everything. And
The other fender is sanded out, right?
nope.
No, okay, so I'll sand that next week.
Yep. And we have to sand the
front part,
the valences.
Valences.
The hood should be fine. Hopefully the other side doesn't need anything. Hopefully I didn't get any overspray on that. We do have to paint the trunk hinges before we put the trunk back on. Just the spots that didn't get painted back here.
Yep, we got a mess.
Ah, what a mess back here. Sheesh. Where did all that come from? Oh, that's good. We just sanded this. That's right. All right. That's going to do it. Any parting thoughts there, Spuds?
No, it's every day another part comes along.
Yep.
3 weeks from now it should be painted.
Let's hope so.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is when we're all ready for paint, I'm going to take three days off of work or something. I don't know. We're going to see. We need to find 3 days in a row where the temperature is not too hot. The low 80s would be good, I think.
Yep.
Upper 70s would be even better, but it is summertime, so we'll take what we can get. But certainly not going to do it if it's in the 90s. And we'll play it by ear. And hopefully that gets done. We have a hard stop when? August what?
17 surgery.
Yeah, my mom's having surgery on the 17th, so I got to have all this done by then. Otherwise, it'll be a little while longer. But hopefully we'll be done by then. That should give us plenty of time. That's a month, basically. You said we have 3 more weekends?
3 more weekends, not counting the 17th. I don't know what date that is.
Right, and then we have during the week too, so.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
We didn't have these last week.
Nope.
See?
It looks so much better.
Yeah.
So just putting the door back on the car, I'm like, hey, it looks like a car again. Oh, that gap looks like crap right there, though.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to that? I don't know. Like I said, maybe we need to shim the subframe to kick it up. I know Florida Bandit's been fighting with this stuff too, so I think last time we did this, the gap was at the bottom was too much.
Right.
So maybe when we put the subframe back
raise
on,
this up a little bit.
yeah, maybe I'll liberate, shim
Yeah.
the
A little bit.
core support up and lift it
Yeah.
up a little bit, maybe. There's a couple of things we can try, but it's pretty close. So, anywho, that's gonna do it, right?
We're good.
Adios, muchacho.
Adios. Hey, so.
Oh, I like your mask. I got a picture of that.
You like
for
that?
everyone. Nice.
P for Paul.
Paul.
Positive thinking.
Okay. Well, your name's not Paul, so that doesn't work.
That one can steal Paul's and Lars.
P for putts.
Pops.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.
All right. So after Pops took off, I came back in here to work on this some more. Well, this is all done with the rubbing compound. It looks pretty good. There's still a few little dull spots here and there, but I think it's going to be okay. Probably famous last words. You can see it's got some little bit of haze in it here and there. Again, most of them are in these really hard to get places. So I'm going to try go up to the polishing compound now and see if that cleans any of that up, or if not, then I have to go back to the rubbing compound and work on it some more. But all in all, I'd say it looks pretty good. All right, let me get some polishing compound, see how it goes. Okay, finished product. So this is up through step 2. of the Perfectit, so the machine polish. I did the center all the way with the ultra fine. I'll show you that. It didn't really make any difference from what I see. I can still see a lot of fine scratches and stuff in here, so those are probably 1000 or 1500, which means I didn't do the 3000 strong enough. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're there. But overall, this came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. It certainly looks a lot better than it did. You know, all these places where we had all the trash and stuff, like I was talking to Pops, you can see a lot of stuff here because I didn't really aggressively sand this stuff too much. So there's little dimples and stuff there, but there's not, it's not specular like any before. You'd see these bright spots shining in the light and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can go back and, I think I deleted those earlier videos, but if you go back and look at the video where I was going over the hood, you can see that this stuff really stands out, especially in this area here. And it really doesn't stand out that much anymore. And this thing upside down, you may not be able to see any of this. So lessons learned on this process. I need the 5000 for sure. I need to work stronger with the 3000 because even that I didn't get everything out as well as I could. There's still some hazy stuff in here that's just really hard to get out. The stage 2 machine polish will is it machine polish? Yeah. Will actually take out some of the haze, but it's a slow process, but it will get some of it out. But in any event, I'm happy with how that looks. I can live with this. So it's not perfect. It's the underside of a hood, so who cares? I don't think anyone's going to complain about it. So, all done. So, yeah, that's going to wrap it up. As we said, next time we'll put the other side of the car back on. Maybe fiddle around with this stuff a little bit more, and then put the hood back on the car. Yes. All right, everybody, take it easy. Catch you on the next one.